Hey, what's going on, guys? West here from East West Gaming.
And I'm East. Let's go and play again.
Yeah, today we've now beat the 8th gym, so we need now to travel to Victory Road and to the Pokémon League.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, we've just taken out our, the hardest gym leader, so
What we're going to do, we're feeling up for the marathon, so we're going to do Victory Road and the Pokémon League in this video.
it is going to be a relatively big one because, I think Victory Road has always been quite a bit of a long path in it.
Yeah, plenty of Pokemon battles.
Wow, there's already some Pokemon battles already. We're not even close to Victory Road.
Hiker Eric wants to battle. Hiker Eric sent out me Chop. Chop!
At this stage, in the game, you'd expect the Pokemon to be on a much higher level.
Yeah, I think this is because this is the route going back down to the first town.
I know, but with it close to the last gym, you'd expect it. I mean, since you can only go one way, you can't really go up it, so...
Yeah, because there's a wall, there's a ledge at the bottom of here that doesn't allow you to go back up, I remember, so... Yeah, there should really be high level Pokemon here. But it's funny, because I think when you surf over in a min to get over there, they suddenly increase massively, the wild Pokemon.
Well, they don't expect you to have surf them, that early in the game. So I understand at least with the surf aspect.
I think with this game, because they've added the 16 badges, they've kept it low because they want to do it over a longer period. That might be why it is. But I feel like this game's a lot easier to grow levels than the other generation. So
I mean, when you get onto say Pokemon Black. Now, you already know I'm not too fond of, how they've done it with Pokemon Black is, the more you battle, the less XP you get. So that kind of put me off a little bit because it made grinding so hard. And I don't know how many people actually enjoyed that, grinding up to level 100. If you got to 100, that was a accomplishment in itself, to be honest with you.
Oh, Skarmory. See, I enjoyed Black. I enjoyed the storyline. I enjoyed the map itself. I didn't enjoy the leveling up part.
No,
that
don't
was
get
the
me
only
wrong.
thing that
I enjoyed the Pokemon. I enjoyed the storyline in it. It was all really good. But what really put a damper to Pokemon Black for me was honestly just the leveling system. It made the game a lot less enjoyable than it should have been.
Did you ever try it on the hard difficulty on it? Because it had difficulties on that, didn't it? If I remember rightly.
No?
Yeah, I'm sure there was.
Was there?
I'm sure you could change the difficulty on that, yeah.
Oh, I'm not too sure about that.
I think that was one of the Pokemon games where you could actually, choose a normal or hard difficulty. Rock Slide. Bye bye. Ah, 648 experience isn't too bad.
No, so they didn't actually have any difficulty settings on Black and White, but there were a lot of people who made ROMs to increase the difficulty. I'm not too sure if that's what you were thinking of, but Pokemon itself doesn't have any difficulty levels. The only other difficulty level I could think of is when you get to the Battle Tower.
I don't know what I'm thinking. Maybe that's what I read. Because, like I say, it's been many, many years since I played Black, so...
Yeah, because I remember in the Battle Tower you can have difficulty levels, which,
Well, it's kind of like a class, innit? Like, you start a Pokeball class and work your way up to Master Ball. Because I know on Sword and Shield, I got to the highest rank you could possibly get on there, and it wasn't too difficult either, to be fair.
Yeah, as soon as I completed the game, I went straight to shiny hunting.
Because one of the requirements on Sword and Shield to get your Pokemon Judge system was you had to get to Leon in the Battle Tower because he awarded you the Judge system by reaching him.
Oh, did I ever reach him then?
And he was he was only like the 7th one in there, so you only had to beat 7 players. It wasn't too difficult.
I think the only difficult part is the fact that you had to use you had to use a Pokemon provided by the Battle Tower, wasn't it, or whatever system it was?
No, you can borrow Pokemon, or you can use your own, but it basically sets it at level 50 or whatever you choose to battle at. So you can choose your own Pokemon, or you can borrow one from the Pokemon Tower.
So which one am I thinking of that,
I used my own, I did.
Because I remember in one of the games where, it was at the Battle Coliseum or something like that, where you had to use only borrowed Pokemon.
Could have been the Pokemon Coliseum.
Yeah, because I know there was like one of the games where, they had the Battle Tower, the Battle Coliseum, the Battle something or other, and they all used different systems. Like, battle systems. I remember one of the systems where it was the opposite system, they switched over the type weaknesses.
Yeah, the thingy battle, reverse battle.
Yeah, so
they were
then,
good, they were.
I mean, it made you think about, what type is going to be good against this and other.
Right, come on, my choke. Time to choke, my choke. Side me toss. Oh, he's got the globe. He's thrown with the globe.
Oh, I remember when Charizard unlocked it.
That battle with Magmar, was it?
Yeah, it looks really good.
He carries him right up and then slams him into the lava.
It does a few spins around the world.
Yeah, you see him going around the wheel. Bam! Slam down.
That was one of the few times when Charizard listened to Ash, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think he gives him a bit of the backstory, and then Charizard, remembers when he had the Charmander and he was rescuing his flame to keep him alive, and he had a happy moment for that where he did actually listen to him. And then I think not long after that again, he sort of went back, reverted back.
I mean, I understand, from their point of view, Charizard didn't believe that Ash deserved, Charizard's power because, as a Pokemon trainer, Ash wasn't exactly the best trainer. His win streak was appalling.
It was appalling, and he only ever used Pikachu in most of his battles. He literally, anything that he caught after a while was confined to the ball for a long time.
I mean, to be fair,
he gave his Butterfree away. He let his Pidgeot go. There was a few other Pokemon in the future as well in the series where he gave them away. All let them go as well. He let his Primeape go to the gym.
Yes.
That was all in the same series.
Charizard as well.
3 of his Pokemon away straight away.
He gave away Charizard.
That wasn't in the first series, though, was it? That was on the
Orange Islands, was it?
It might have been the Orange Islands or a bit later, yeah.
Didn't he give away his Lapras as well?
Because he battled Blaziken with his Charizard, didn't he? In Gen 3.
No.
And Blaziken beat it easily.
Because I know Charizard comes and goes because he went to train with Lance. So it must have been in second season when he trains with Lance.
Because I know he loses against Blaziken.
But Charizard always comes and goes. He's never stayed with Ash after that. I mean, if I was to judge it by levels, Charizard was probably in the high 80s, and Ash's Pokemon, even Pikachu. Pikachu is high level for the rest of his team. Pikachu is probably level 50, when everyone else is level 20, 30. But I feel like every start of new generation, Pikachu just reverts back to level 1. Pikachu loses to starter Pokemon. Pokemon who've never been with a trainer before.
And then later he beats Tapu Koko, who's a legendary. Both electric types as well.
Didn't Pikachu also start a fight with Yeah, Pikachu didn't Pikachu start a fight with Zapdos as well?
I think he did with a few of them, didn't he? Even Ho-Oh, didn't he?
Not so much Ho-Oh.
In the movie, I think it was.
No.
He has a fight with Ho-Oh as well. Because at the end, you remember when Ho-Oh revives him and he goes, "Oh, let's have one battle or something." And you see Ho-Oh and I think it's Ho-Oh and Pikachu having a battle at the end.
Oh, I need to rewatch the movies. It's been quite...
It was the I Choose You movie. Remember when the Marshadow, and then he has that rainbow feather and it turns black.
Oh yeah.
And then Marshadow basically gathers all them like Nido Kings and everything, and they all use Hyper Beam on Ash. Kill him, basically. And then I'm guessing Ho-Oh revives him with his Sacred Ash. Because Pikachu speaks to him in, the other realm, sort of thing.
See, the thing is, I've heard a lot of different theories about that. It's just like Ash in his delusional state, for once, finally heard what he, no. So basically, one theory is we hear Pikachu like Ash has always heard Pikachu, because Ash has always been able to sort of hear Pikachu and understands Pikachu's language, but no one else has been able to. So maybe in this moment, this was the moment then, they finally let us hear what Ash has always heard.
Right, we should be now near to New Bork Town now, so...
Do you know what I've noticed as well? Ash has pretty much nearly died a lot.
Yeah, he has. Even at the start of his journey with the Spearows.
Pikachu just like zapping.
Pikachu was so close to death at the start as well. By them Spearow. Because I remember he was in critical condition in the Pokemon Center from it. So they've had some very close calls. I think didn't even Entei near enough kill Ash or Thingy at one point as well.
What hasn't tried to kill Ash? I mean, he's gone against all of the world's most dangerous criminal organizations and won. And yet he's still not a competent trainer. I mean, and
when he threw his Caterpie out to battle with the Pidgeotto. I choose you, Caterpie. And it's sort of like it's trying to run off straight away. Funny that was.
I mean, I know Ash's whole personality is, friends with Pokemon and all that, but that makes for a very bad Pokemon trainer because he didn't know typing. He put his worst type against a stronger type who was going to lose. Which caused his Pokemon a lot of distress and
To be fair, that's probably why his Caterpie evolved so fast. Because he literally throwing it against that. He battled it Team Rocket, used a string shot on them as well. And then, I think it ended up being a Metapod. It got carried off by a Beedrill, if I remember rightly. So technically Ash actually abandoned it that night. He left it out all night. Went out. Metapod still, had a tear for Ash because Ash apologised. And then I think Metapod used its tackle on a Beedrill to get rid of, and then it evolved to Butterfree. So it evolved fairly quick.
Well, to be honest with you, the bug Pokemon have the shortest of level requirements in the first place, so you're not really surprised when because
But Ash scans it with his Pokedex and goes, this particular Caterpie or Metapod has evolved much faster than it would normally. So obviously he did say Ash's did go much quicker than normal. I think was what he put it through.
Well, I don't think that, because don't forget, Metapod evolved into Butterfree to save Ash from the swarm of Beedrills. Because Beedrill, Metapod managed to jump even though it can't move, and then it got that
No, he used Tackle. Because Metapod can learn Tackle.
Yes, but
he used Tackle on a Beedrill.
Yeah, but do you not remember when he fought against that bug catcher and all they knew was Harden?
Yeah, that point, but he obviously must have levelled up after that battle and then learned Tackle, because it can learn Tackle.
No, so it only knows Tackle if the pre-evolution, so Caterpie, Weedle, knows it ahead of time. Well, actually, no, only in the case of Caterpie.
That's in the games.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. So obviously, in the very first season of the anime, they had a lot of like creativity, you know, a lot of like things that could happen that couldn't happen, and from that point onwards it stayed true to the games, while anything that happened in the games only happened in the anime, because they couldn't really veer off from that point onwards. I mean, they got rid of all of the like fish inside you know, the anime. Because I remember when they actually, in the very first season, they had the fish that you could eat, and then the Pokemon that you couldn't. But then later, they were like, oh yeah, you could eat Pokemon as well. And then they got rid of all of the fish.
They did change a lot of stuff, yeah. Right, Rick. Elm's lab. So let's see what Mr. Elm might want to say to us. Hey Elm! Thanks to you, my research is getting well. Take this as a token of my appreciation. Master Ball! That's why you wanted to see us. It's the best, the ultimate ball.
So, there's a lot of Master Balls in the world. Because if it's given to every researcher, you know, well, there's at least, what, like 10 of them-ish? More?
Yeah, because even Giovanni has them, doesn't he? As well. Because they were made from Silphco, weren't they?
Yes, but Silphco weren't part
Silphco's,
of, like...
special... no, but I think Team Rocket robbed them. Because they take over Silphco, don't they?
Yeah, they take over Silphco for a bit.
So I think they literally robbed Silphco of it. Probably robbed multiple of them. Because that's how he managed to get the Mewtwo in the first place, I think, with a Master Ball. But when he was out of the Master Ball, he couldn't control it. Remember the armoured Mewtwo when he actually broke out of it? Yeah, you're not confining me to nothing.
I mean, you know, the armour was supposed to increase Mewtwo's power, which they shouldn't have done in the first place.
Everyone's like, oh, Mew was like whooping, you know, thingy, but Mewtwo would have beat Mew, I think. It was, you know, built to be more powerful than Mew. I think only slightly it would have won. But
I mean, Mew knows every single move. So
unless it's a TM, obviously by TM.
So basically, Mew has the DNA of every single Pokemon. Past and present and future. But at the same time, yeah, like obviously in the games it can only learn TMs, but in reality, it should, you know,
well, it did, didn't it? It was it learned transform and everything. It was transforming into other Pokemon. You saw it like pop out of like a, I think it was a Butterfree or something on one of them. You see it like a Butterfree, then it just changes into Mew, and then you see it transform into something else. So like
I remember when it was
hidden in view, basically. This is how they say Ditto, you know, can transform.
Yeah, because they're
from Mew's DNA.
I mean, it's just still fan theory that like Ditto is a failed like Mew.
We all know that, don't we? We know it.
I mean, you know,
we've never actually said that, but we know it is because it's the same colour, same waist, same shiny sprite. Everything's the same.
But until it's confirmed, you know, it's technically not canon.
Because the Ditto didn't exist in Legends Arceus, and that was because people hadn't fingered it yet, cloned it. So that also, to me, helps with the theory. Obviously, the only way they would have been able to come through is through those time distortions.
Do you know what I'm just thinking now is, in which time period Pokemon Conquest is in now? Because in Pokemon Conquest there's a lot of like battling, like, you know, on a big scale. I mean, I know not a lot of people have probably never, like, you know, heard of Pokemon Conquest or even played Pokemon Conquest, but I really liked it.
Cool Trainer Megan sent out Bulbasaur. level 32 now, so they're like using the 30s on me now. Ice. Always ice. Does she have a Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, or is it Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle? I can't remember what she uses.
I think it'll be all the starters.
Yeah, because I know there was a few of these sort of trainers lying around. Ivysaur.
Oh.
So it's Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Venusaur, and I think there's some more of these trainers now with same Charmander to Charizard and then Squirtle to Blastoise as well.
Yeah, do you know what they're doing? They're showing off that, you know, they've got multiple of these types of Pokemon.
Yeah, because you couldn't get these Pokemon. You couldn't catch these in Crystal. They had to be transferred up. Ivysaur and that. And then after Gen 2, you had to start again anyway from Gen 3 because you couldn't transfer anything up from Gen 2 to 3. Which was a shame, but I wish they'd have thought about that bank back then, you know, and future-proofed it then, but they obviously didn't design that till later, so it's a shame.
I think they did try to with like Gold and
Transporter.
Silver. However, they couldn't get it done in time, I think, before Gold and Silver.
I mean, they had the Transporter first, before Bank, but that was only for Gen 3 upwards, wasn't it?
Yeah, but Gen 3 started on the advances.
Yeah.
So that's why there was no system. I mean, you know, no one knew that the Game Boy, like the Game Boy wasn't compatible with the advances, which is why, you know, Pokemon like first and second gen couldn't transfer up. There was no way to transfer it onto the advanced system.
And the only way you could do it later on, I think, was with the DS Lite, when you could put the advanced cartridge in. That's when you could use the Transporter. Because you could put the cartridge in, get the data from the file with the Transporter, and then transfer it over to the save.
Yeah, because it went into... Didn't it go into, like, Pokemon, like, Black?
Yeah, Black was the Transporter area. And then X and Y, I think that's when Bank came out, with X and Y.
But Pokemon Black, you can also move the Pokemon from Pokemon Black into Pokemon Bank anyways.
Yeah, because it was compatible later with Transporter. Because I used the Transporter on Black. When I borrowed yours, I transported it all to the bank there before I wiped it. So, because I had all the dealings, each form with the seasons. I had the spring, summer, autumn, winter.
I mean, back then, that was the only way to get the forms, but now, obviously, they've made it a lot easier to get all the forms.
Yeah, because now you just go to an icy region and then there's a winter form, or if you go to, where there's loads of flowers or whatever, you get spring, so it's easy to get them now.
I mean, I do miss the seasons, where each month, or I think, was it each week or was it each month was a different season? I can't remember.
I'm not too sure how it worked.
But
it had to have been every 28 days it changed.
Yeah,
it wasn't too long, because otherwise you'd have completed the game before you changed seasons. Oh, cool trainer. What are you going to use, sir? Magneton. When Magneton became a steel electric type. You're not just an electric type anymore, Magneton, you're a dual steel electric type. Are you happy? Yes, you are. Thunderbolt. Oh no, I'm a flying type. Fancy using that on me. Oh wow, that's a lot of damage as well.
Well, to be
honest,
honest,
when I use roll out, it barely does any damage even after the third consecutive hit.
Well, you need to have a high, attack stat, and unfortunately, Trixie is a special attacker, so...
Well, this one probably is. I mean, I don't know about, the natures on this game, or if there's natures or not, but it wouldn't have been on this particular one. This would have been definitely special attack, yeah. Quagsire.
Oh, I hated Quagsire.
I weren't too fond of it myself, but it was a new Pokemon at the time, so I liked using it.
No, it's just a really annoying typing. You only had to use because it's water ground.
Yeah.
You know, which made only weak to one type.
Double weakness to grass, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I didn't carry that many grass Pokemon with me.
No.
I always had an electric type.
I did play all three starters on each, because I had Gold, Silver and Crystal, so I did use each starter, and I did find the best one was Cyndaquil, followed by Totodile. I didn't like Chikorita very much. Chikorita was good, but I didn't like the evolutions.
There aren't... I mean, all in all the grass starters have always been the weakest out of all of the starters. Like,
Bulbasaur held its end pretty well, though, I think.
only at the very end, and it was years after when people was like, you know what, Bulbasaur is really good. But at this very start, everyone hated Bulbasaur. Not that many people. I wouldn't say no one had it, but not many people had Bulbasaur.
Everyone liked Blastoise or Charizard, didn't they?
I was a water lover back then.
Yeah, I loved Blastoise, I did. I loved it when I had that number 2 base set card, Blastoise. It looked so good. I used to just stare at it, like shimmering the foil.
I used to
Just that green and blue background, that shiny green and blue.
I mean, I only
beautiful.
wanted Charizard because it was very rare, because I had an entire set back then. The only card I didn't have was Charizard.
I never had the full set. But I did have a Charizard, but it was battered.
Yeah,
Somebody traded. I had to trade about, I think it was like 6 hollows for it. Somebody actually gave, because they had like 3 Charizards, so...
Yeah, I had every single card apart from Charizard. And if I had just bought one more pack that day when I bought it, I pulled a Blastoise, so I was really chuffed about that. And then my friend who bought a pack after me, but I wanted to save my money for after school, so I didn't buy that additional pack. But if I bought that additional pack, I would have gotten Blastoise and Charizard.
Funnily enough, I got my Blastoise from the Blastoise art pack as well.
I can't remember which art pack.
Because obviously you had 3, didn't you? You had a Charizard, Venusaur and Blastoise pack. And my mate got his Charizard from the Blastoise pack as well, I think. I remember him just getting, he's like, he went like, he went, he just started screaming like, I've got Charizard, really loud in the shop and everything. And he was like jumping up and down, really excited, and you just kept looking at it like this, putting it in his pocket, taking it back out and looking at it. He was so proud. I could see how proud he was that he got this card.
Because I even tried to trade with my friend for his Charizard as soon as he got it, but I offered him most of my cards. Still didn't go for it, which...
Well, you don't blame him, do you, really?
No,
I
true.
wouldn't have done either. But I remember my Charizard, it was that battered that on there where the text was, you could see some of the foil coming through. That's it. You can imagine now how bad it would have been, like a PSA 3 or something like that. It was so bad. And did you remember when you used to keep your cards in a pile, and because you keep swiping, you'd end up with like the little black dots like floating on the cards where the ink's like coming off from wear and tear.
I mean, not a single one of us thought about putting them into sleeves, so we didn't even know anything like that.
There weren't really any sleeves back then. It was more, they did have an official binder, but I could never afford it, so my dad wouldn't buy me one.
Oh, I know that.
And you had enough space in that binder for every card.
Oh, there wasn't that many cards in the first place.
102, I think it was. Or...
Yeah, because they...
Yeah, 102, because there was no secret rares then either. The base set then was the whole set, so 102 was 102. I don't know what generation of cards they changed that from, but I know the first few sets were whatever the number was at the bottom, that's how many cards there were in the set.
Oh, right now, all I want here is a first edition, shadowless, borderless Charizard.
Do you remember the last, you know, when you were a kid, do you remember the very last set you bought before you stopped buying them?
I got the jungle set. I got part of the Team Rocket set. I got the fossil set.
Did you ever get any of the Jimmy Rose ones?
No, I think I stopped.
Like Erica's Vileplume and stuff. See, I got some of them, but the last set I remember I got was the very last Wizards of the Coast one, which was Aquapolis, I think it was called.
I stopped way before then. I think I stopped just before Edition 2 came out.
But they were years later, Aquapolis was.
So I stopped relatively early on in the TGC because I couldn't afford it back then. It was a lot of money to go to the TGC. TCG, not TGC. No, but like, yeah, I did stop around about like when around the time when Edition 2 base set came out.
Not that far now from where we need to go. Just trainers battles after trainer battles. Right, Aquapolis was released 2003, and I was about year 9 in school around then, so that was literally, I think I bought like a one-off pack. I saw them in a shop. Some shop was selling them cheaply apparently, because that's when they changed companies, the Pokemon companies, changed from Wizards of the Coast to doing them themselves. And a lot of people stopped buying them at that point.
I mean, I won't lie, I did stop a lot earlier than that, unfortunately, because I couldn't really afford the cards, and after my parents had chucked away my cards, it put a damper on me wanting to collect them, so I went the other direction. I went full into the games. So I bought, you know, obviously on the like Game Boy and the Advances and whatnot, because I couldn't afford to have, you know, the consoles back then, so I'd never bought any of the consoles nor any of the games. I had to pay for all of like you know, the handhelds on my own. I bought all of the like Pokemon games on my own, so it didn't really leave me much to buy the cards, unfortunately.
Yeah, because Aquapolis, I believe, was the last set before it went to Gen 3 as well. Once Gen 3 came out, that's when the next lot of cards came out. That Aquapolis was like the 10th set, I think, or 12th set or something like that released.
Like, for me, I've always been more into the games rather than the cards, unfortunately. I mean, I do like the cards. I will admit that I would like to start my collection again, like, you know, build up a proper collection. But still now, if I had to choose between the cards or if to play the game, I would hands down always go towards the game and not the cards.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I am more video games, definitely is better for me. But I do appreciate the artwork on the cards as well. Although I don't really battle with the cards, I do like the artwork on them.
I mean, when I was a kid, yeah, no one knew how to play the card game, never mind, like, you know, everyone just collected it because no one knew how to play the game.
Yeah, I believe the only way of finding out the rules back then, because obviously there wasn't really any internet back then, it was if you bought the structured deck, which had a Machamp in. So you basically had the whole set, you had enough cards to battle with, and you had the rule book.
Do you know how I learned how to play? So, on the Game Boy Color, when the Pokemon trading card game came out, I bought that, which came with an exclusive Meowth, and that's how I learned how to play Pokemon.
Yeah, me and my friend, we had the structured deck, and obviously it was a Machamp promo card with it. so it wasn't technically the main Machamp. It was the same design as the main Machamp, but it was a promo one, so obviously it was classed as an extra card, and that had a small like page in telling you how to play. And we did learn how to play it, but unfortunately we never enjoyed playing it. It was too basic back then. Obviously the game's evolved a lot over the years.
I liked the basicness of the original Pokemon game. You know, I wish I could like go back to that time and start playing properly, because you know, you put an energy card down, you attack. You know, that's quite basic, and you know, I'm a very basic type of person, really. You know, simple is easiest. I don't want to learn, you know, oh, I put this one on, I activate this, I then use this, and then this happens, and then that happens, and you know what, it goes past my head. You know, I like it where, okay,
simple is good.
Yeah, set an energy card down, discard one energy card, attack. That is what I like.
So what do all you guys think? You know, did you like the series, the games, or do you prefer the cards? Or you like us where you just, you know, anything Pokemon is good?
I mean, you know, I've gotten quite... I wouldn't say I have a huge like Pokemon collection, because I don't have that much space in my house. But, you know, I have a, you know, decent amount of like the Pokemon games, the video games, but product-wise, I don't have that many. I do have a couple of like stuffed Pikachus. I got a Mew. You know, I've got a few other bits and pieces, but it's not as much as I would like, you know, to have. I mean, you know, I've got a hoodie, you know, that with Pokemon on, but that's about really it. It's kind of really sad that I couldn't really invest more into what I really wanted.
Yeah, I mean, if I had an option, I'd have a Pokemon gaming chair, I'd have a Pokemon keyboard, mouse mat, you know, my wallpaper, I'd have Pikachu all over it. I'd have Pokemon alarm clock, I'd have a Pokemon lampshade, lamp, wall clock as well, I'd have a Pokemon one. I'd have my phone case as Pokemon and my wallet as Pokemon and everything else, but you know what? Can't afford it.
I mean, how many people can?
And a lot of Pokemon merchandise is quite pricey, so... I mean, I've even seen a Pokemon chess set on the Pokemon Centre website. £200. Ooh. £200 for a Pokemon chess set. You know what? If I had the money, I'd buy it. Just because it's Pokemon. I know Easter, yeah, I would love it if 1 in 10 chess sets contained a shiny Pokemon pawn piece. I think he'd love that even more, and he'd probably end up buying these just so he could get a shiny one, because he's a shiny hunter, like a, you know, hardcore shiny hunter.
I wouldn't say I'm hardcore, because I don't soft reset like, you know, tens of thousands of times to try and get a shiny. I mean, that takes dedication. I don't have that amount of patience, but I do try to go for shinies as much as I can.
He's definitely hardcore comparison to me. I mean, my average out game time is probably what, 400 or 500 hours. You know, his is like 700 hours, so double the time, near enough of what I put into it. We both do have an extensive shiny collection. I mean, I do have more than 100 shiny Pokemon. And what is it? You've got around 300, Mark? 200 odd, 300 odd?
Shiny wise, 400-ish.
There you go.
I mean, it's grown there. I mean, I say around about like 400-ish, but I also want to replace a number of them because I have a lot from Pokemon Go. I'm not saying that Pokemon Go isn't, you know, canon or anything like that, because it is to a lot of like Pogo players, but I feel like getting a shiny in Pogo is a lot easier than in the games.
Oh, so, it was. Remember Community Day? You could come out like 50 shinies. I can't remember what my record was on one of the Community Days. It might have been the Rhyhorn one. And I looked and I had like 40 awesome Rhyhorn shinies. I'm thinking, 40 shinies? It would take you months and months in a core game to get 40 Rhyhorns.
Oh.
And that's with a shiny sandwich and a Rhydon outbreak. It would still take a long time to get 40. Right, let's go. What I love. Cool trainer Joyce. Hi Joyce. Oh, you've a lovely Pikachu there. Female Pikachu, level 36. I'm gonna headbutt you, Pikachu.
Still a lot easier than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, quite weak. See how easy that went down. One headbutt's gone. I mean, I am 15 levels higher than Anis, but you know. Oh, she's got a Blastoise as well, Joyce has. Block its cannons!
You know, going from Pikachu to a Blastoise.
Block its cannons! That's the secret. And then when it goes for use a Hydro Cannon, which doesn't exist in this game yet, it will block up and then explode.
Yeah, but it knows Hydro Pump.
It was Hydro Pump, true.
But not at that level.
But I could use Headbutt, and then that could use its Skull Bash, which would absolutely annihilate my Headbutt. So.
Yeah, but didn't they get rid of Skull Bash?
Well,
I've not seen
it was Squirtle's move, but whether you keep it that far through the game, whether it be low damage.
I've not seen Skull Bash as a move for a long time.
Yeah, they sort of replaced it with, was it Iron Head? Kind of. Maybe Headbutt was the replacement.
No, Headbutt was always in the game, I believe.
I don't know if it was in Gen 1.
Yeah, I don't think it was in Gen 1.
Because it was introduced in this game for headbutting trees, wasn't it, originally? That was the primary use of it, to get the Pokemon out of the trees. And you could do that in all the other games as well, I believe, after this. Headbutt the trees.
Only
Victory
some of
Bell.
them. Not all of them, some of them.
I always liked Victory Bell as well. Good Pokemon.
Never liked it.
Have you ever liked it?
Never really liked it.
I used to like it when it always swallowed James in the anime. It's like, oh, get out, Victory Bell!
I think everything just wanted to eat James.
Flareon. Let's bring out Fury. Fury, Fury, Fury. I didn't like the animation for that. Couple of little, you know, marks going up the front of the Pokemon.
What they should have done.
A bit of water in there.
Yeah, what they should have just done was just, you know, have the water, you know, just going straight up.
Yes, up under its chin. And then the Pokemon, an animated thing of the Pokemon going up the waterfall and hitting it in the chin. That would have been good. Safe was okay, just a little, you know, it looked like a trading graph line going up the screen. Literally.
Well, it depends, because like Surf has changed over the years.
It does change on every gen, yeah. But on this game, it was literally like a zigzag line game up.
Because I remember, was it the first gen where they had like proper waves, just like...
Bye bye Kingler.
I still love the Kingler's design.
I like Kingler. Did you like Mega Kingler?
I won't lie, I've never really used like Mega Pokemon. I mean, I do like the Mega Pokemon, I've just never used it because I never saw the need to, you know, waste a item slot, you know, a held item for, you know,
Yeah.
the Mega Stone.
See, I don't mind using Mega Stones and whatnot when I'm playing the game itself, but when it comes to later where, you know, I need more like EV and IVs and, you know, items to help me, you know, give me a bit more power or whatever, then yeah, that's when I take the stone off. But when I'm playing through the story, I don't mind at all using the Megas because you can easily beat through the story most of the time.
I mean, I think most of the time I just use Mega Blastoise. Was it Mega Blastoise?
Yeah, the one with the single cannon on the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really good looking Mega though, that was. I liked Mega Charizard as well, the Dragon type one.
Is
I
that
can't
the black
remember if
one?
it's X or Y, but one basically increased its power, and the other one gave it a new type.
Well, I actually saw this fan theory about why Charizard has two mega evolutions when everyone else besides Mewtwo has gotten one. And apparently, the first time you ever see the Black Charizard is Mr. Fuji, who used to work in the lab that created Mewtwo. So the fan theory is Mr. Fuji, made a Mega Evolution Stone for Charizard to fight Mewtwo. So the Black Charizard's Mega Evolution isn't a natural evolution. Because when you see the other one, you can sort of see that it looks like Charizard with, and how it would naturally look if it evolved. However, the black one is just, forcefully made into that form. And it's a lot more powerful because it's meant to be fighting Mewtwo.
Never heard of that theory, but yeah.
I mean, it does make sense in it, because
because Mewtwo and Charizard are the only ones, yeah. Nearly there. They're still trying to stop us, but we're nearly there.
I also heard a different one saying that, in the past, Charizard was meant to be black, so when you used that Mega Evolution Stone, it just reverted back to how it looked in the past, rather than, the present form. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen when we see more Legends games.
I want them to do a bit more of the Legends games. I want it more to be like Arceus one. Because the new ZA, I think, is slightly more modern. Like, you're not writing out the Pokédex anymore.
I mean, it's kind of hard because, I
just love that feel of Legends Arceus, where you're going out with your little paper and your feather, your quill and ink, and you were just writing out the Pokédex. I love that. I love that feel, like you're going out there and you're doing that job. You're exploring. People have never explored, and you're going out there.
Yeah, because the whole point of Hissu is that they've only just started colonizing it. Hence why you're going through all of that.
I'd like a game for every region like that. That's what I want. The same as Arceus, but for each region. See, I would love that so much.
See, with ZA now, it's just locked into Lumio City, isn't it?
Yeah, from what I've been told of, you don't leave the city, it's all in that city, so you're not really exploring, was it Kalos, X and Y? Yeah, Kalos region, you're only within the capital, the main city.
So we can't expect, I mean, didn't they say that it was the early days of Lumio City?
Apparently it's when they first built it, yeah, but I've seen all holographic walls and barriers, so to me it looks more as if it's a futuristic game rather than a past game. Because you can see all holographic barriers and force fields, and so how have they got all that if it's so far in the past? The only thing I can think of is it's more of a modern day one.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see how it goes anyways.
If it was a future version where, the rest of Kalos is, not existing anymore because of, nuclear wars and whatever, and, a lot of these metallic Pokemon are arising because most Pokemon have, died and stuff, then I would get it. But if they're not doing that, then I don't see the point in the game at all. I feel like I'm not going to enjoy this next one as much as Arceus.
Well, Arceus was like a new, you know what I mean? It pushed the boundaries of what the game could have been.
But if you're listening Pokemon Company, which you may be, watching our video or inspecting for whatever, but yeah, if you're watching, our advice is more games like Arceus, please, because that was fantastic. if you keep doing that with each region, the fans are going to love it. And you'll love it because you'll make lots more money. So just a nice tip there for you.
You are right. It's a futuristic, So basically, they're redeveloping Lumio City. So that's what, But I'm just wondering, if it's all in just the city itself, then, and there's so many different Pokemon inside, how many Pokemon are we expecting inside Lumio City? Because
this is what I'm thinking.
Because then, can you really have such a huge, diverse amount of Pokemon? Because you've got how many different Pokemon in the game? You've got 1,000. And how many, realistically, Pokemon could you just put inside a city?
Well, by Gen 6, which was Carlos, you'll have the first, 700 odd? Or 800?
Yeah. So are we obviously I'm not expecting to see 700, but even if...
I am.
No,
I want them all.
But if you're inside a city, I'm not even expecting to see 100 different types of Pokemon in real, like they're making it sound like you're seeing wild Pokemon, but then, how are you expected to run a city when you've got 200 different types of wild Pokemon, roaming around?
Legendaries and everything, wreaking havoc. I think it's a bit of a bad design or plot. What they're gonna do, I don't know. I'll play it for myself and make your mind up. But
don't get me wrong, I'm hoping to enjoy the storyline a lot more and see how things go, but it'll just be interesting to see how they would explain, how many Pokemon is in the game, and or maybe what we only see is just the first part of the game, a very small part of the game where we're just inside the city. Maybe they actually let us go explore more of the surrounding areas later on.
Well, we're hoping, but we know he's probably not going to. I think the game will be okay, but I don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as Arceus, Legends Arceus. So I'm hoping when they do another Legends game, which I'm sure they probably will if they've already done a second one, it seems like it's pretty successful that they're going to do more. So I want them to do another Legends Arceus style one, but with Kanto, start with Kanto.
I mean, we did see a bit of the past with Professor Oak, in the movie. Celebi, was it? Oh, yeah, Celebi. That was the 3rd or 4th movie?
Wasn't the Celebi? Yeah, Pokemon Forever it was called. That was the 4th. And didn't Celebi basically, some kid grab onto Celebi and it teleported it into somewhere else and he went missing for so many years or something?
So basically what happened was the kids, Celebi was being chased by a guy who just wanted to catch Celebi, some hunter. He rescues Celebi, and then Celebi disappears with him. So basically, he doesn't know it, but he goes into the future. And then afterwards, I believe they get taken back into the past. No, so basically, they've been taken into the future, into the current, age, where, Ash then meets up with him. And they go through all this together. This hunter, has been hunting Celebi for these many years, doesn't realise that, and has finally realised that this kid is the same kid that stopped him from catching Celebi all those years ago. So, the whole movie is based on that.
Yeah, I think I remember that, because you see shiny Celebi in it later. Because I think when you see the Celebis changing through time, you see a few of them meet up, then you see a pink one. So I think you actually do see a shiny one as well in the movie.
Yeah, because each of the Celebis are actually different Celebis. They're not the same Celebi.
Yeah, they are. They meet up. Yeah.
Because
there's multiple Mews as well. There's multiple Mews and there's multiple Celebis.
I believe the kid's name was called Sam. Because at the end of it, we then find out that Sam, the boy who rescued Celebi, is actually Professor Oak.
There's multiple of everything, even Arceus, because Arceus created everything in this universe, but then there'd be other universes as well. So there'd be that's obviously why you've got a shiny Arceus. There's multiple versions.
I mean, that is just a theory at the moment, but if we're taking into account, like, you know, the beast Pokemon, you know, from
The Ultra Beasts.
the Ultra Beasts, and then we're talking about alternate forms from. Like,
See, they say
Scarlet Violet.
Ultra Beasts, they're from another dimension, but they're also from another planet in space itself, light years away. So, it's both different dimension and extraterrestrial at the same time. Because it does explain it on one of the things, saying it's a different dimension, but it's light years away, because, you know, when you're travelling through the tunnel, it says how many light years you've travelled.
But we already know there's different dimensions because Darkrai has been cast into, like, you know.
Yeah, there is.
Was it the Dream World or
the original dimension part was when Palkia and Dialga came in. That's when they brought the dimensions into the
space and time? Yeah.
Yeah, that was the original concept from Dialga and Palkia, and then Giratina, obviously.
What was Giratina's like?
Giralina's was like a distortion world, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, so you got the distortion world.
One was time, one was space-time, one was something else, and then one was distortion.
One was space, one was time, and the other one must have been the distortion then.
So when all three work together, you can basically control everything, basically. You could collapse one universe, start another universe.
You went straight into, like...
It's because we're chatting away, you know. It is. I do find it hard to multitask, so... you know. But it's fine. You know, I know I'm going to beat it, so I thought we'll go in anyway.
We hope.
We will. If we don't, then we'll do it in the next video. That's fine. Zatu! Never really been a fan of Zatu and Natu. I don't know about you. Never really liked it.
It's okay. I mean, you know, I understand what like Zatu and Natu was about, because obviously they're following the totems. I mean, they brought totem Pokemons in later, but it's a different type of a totem Pokemon.
Yeah, these resembled the totem poles on the Indian tribes.
I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, because it's got that sort of TP style, like, you know, Indian look and design. Zatu is gone. Jinx. So it's psychic types.
Psychic ice.
No, I mean, it's specialising in psychic types, this user.
Oh, yeah.
Well, obviously, Zatu's psychic flare and this is psychic ice, yeah. It's fine. No problem. But the only problem is if it uses the same move on me again, bye bye, Chixie.
I mean, I don't know what you were expecting. You know, we already knew it was like the ice type. I'd say
just with Chixie being so weak, I feel like I need to keep using him, getting him a bit of experience here and there. But I feel like he's been quite weak, even with Bloom on this playthrough. My two weakest Pokemon are Chixie and Bloom, but I still like to use them because I feel sorry for him. So, because it's easy to keep using, you know, him and just beating everything, but I like to use the others as well. So,
well, see, like in terms of level, Chixie is pretty much on the low side of things. If we leveled it up a bit more to where Cinder is, then yeah, it might have had a chance against other Pokemon, not obviously an ice type.
We've got a water psychic type, Slowbro.
Slowbro's just water type though. I don't think it's psychic.
Yeah, I think it is. It's always been psychic. I think it's only Slowpoke that's water only. It's because Slowking's also psychic as well.
I know Slowking is psychic, but I didn't think that Slowbro was psychic as well.
Yeah, because it knows Psychic, Psyshock, not Psyshock, but all the other moves as well.
Oh. I always thought Slowbro was just a water type.
No.
That's crazy, that is.
Obviously later it's not. It becomes poison and water, and then...
Only in its, like, what was it, Galarian?
Galarian form, yeah. because the shells bit it on the hand rather than the tail, so it had a different reaction to the shell bite basically. Xatu, another Xatu. See, I foresaw that coming because I'm a psychic too.
Well, in all honesty, like they do like to use status moves against you. I mean, I don't like using status moves because I want to get the battle over as soon as possible, but I really should use status moves a lot more.
I like the ones like, Mud Slap, where it does a bit of damage and it lowers the accuracy of the Pokemon in front of you. I like them sort of status moves that I can do some damage at the same time as doing something to it. I don't mind them so much. But most of the time I use status moves if I'm catching Pokemon only.
True, I mean, Paralyze and Sleep does actually increase the chances of catching.
Sleep better than paralysis slightly.
Yeah, well, it's actually...
Paralysis stays paralysed, whereas Sleep obviously only lasts up to 5 turns.
Yeah, because
so that's the only downside.
I was watching a video and they were saying to catch a legendary Pokemon, in Paralyze you get 11% chance. Depending on what turn.
Sleep was about 15% or something like that, or 20%.
No, it jumped all the way up to 20, so it was a huge jump. Putting Pokemon to sleep is actually a huge benefit.
And it's very rare you see them, a legendary sleeping for 5 turns. It usually wakes after 2 or 3.
Yeah, but by that point in time, you've already chucked that 2
right. Next room. Is he not? I was going to say Bruno, but that's Koga, isn't it now? The new Koga, because his daughter runs a gym now, so I'm sure this is Koga.
Well, we need to heal quite a bit.
Well, I need to revive Chixie as well, but yeah, I've got plenty of health anyway.
Enough for the Elite Four?
Well, I'm on the second one already, so I've got a load of max potions as well. Super potion now.
That's just a potion.
Another potion. And another potion. Oh, I've run out of potions. I'll leave it at that. Oh, I've got my rare candy still. I'll get a save that.
I think with Chixie, we just because it's a normal type, isn't it? Is it a normal type?
Yeah, because there's no fairy type, is there?
I mean, for the most part, I tend not to use normal types because nothing against normal types, but in terms of just they have no strengths against any Pokemon. Yes, they only got one weakness, but the lack of strength against any Pokemon is kind of like a it kind of puts me off using normal type Pokemon. Although having said that, the only normal type Pokemon I do use are bird types. But no, bird type, birds style Pokemon.
Birds in general, yeah.
Otherwise, I would have said flying type, but no, bird Pokemon because they always have fly and things like that, which is super effective against. Hey, couldn't Chixie learn Ice Beam? I'm pretty sure it can learn Ice Beam.
Maybe, yeah. I believe he's a poison user, isn't he? Koga, usually.
Yes, poisoned.
Fortress. What's this? Bug and Steel? Fortress?
Yes, Bug and Steel.
One of only a very few steel types, I believe, in the game. There wasn't many steel types.
Yeah, Steel is still relatively new.
Fortress and Magneton, I believe, in this.
Didn't you have Steelix and...
Yeah, you had Steelix as well.
And
Obviously no Sizor, but there's no like Lucario or nothing was there in this gen yet, so there was literally not many steel types. Right, level 55. Let's do this.
The entire Magnemite family is steel now.
Look. Poison type muck. What was the Alolan one? Was it Poison Dark?
I think so.
Because a lot of the Alolan versions are dark, weren't they? The Alolan Meowth was a dark type as well.
And then you had, was it
Alolan Exeggutor?
Marowak.
Was that Dragon type, Alolan Exeggutor?
Yeah, Alolan Exeggutor was like Dragon.
Dragon, yeah. And then you had Alolan Ninetales, which was Ice. And Alolan Sandshoe and Sandslash, which was Ice as well. Quite a lot of Alolan forms. Muck was one of my favourites because I like the multicolour of it.
See, I liked
Minimise.
I liked Marowak. Was the Marowak
Kind of looks like
form?
a knuckle. Is it knuckly or knuckle stack? Little stack in the distance.
I've always liked how Substitute looked. I never liked using it, but I liked how it looks.
You say, yeah, it increases invasiveness, but it may as well just say to you, oh yeah, we're just lowering your accuracy, because that's exactly what it's doing. You know, it's still lowering my accuracy, because I still, you know, it's harder for me to hit, but I'm using Swift anyway, so I'm not worried.
100% hit
Hey!
rate.
Chixie has grown a level, finally. Chixie's playing on a PlayStation Network, see? PSN. Sorry Nintendo, I know it's your rival, but we also like PlayStation and Xbox too. But you are one of our favourites because of Pokémon. And Mario, of course. And Donkey Kong is pretty cool as well, you know. Zelda as well, that's one of my faves. Probably should do some content of Zelda at some point. What do you reckon, West and East, doing a Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough? I know East will appreciate the puzzles on there, the shrines are so good. Because I've completed it, East hasn't. But I have told him about it and he does like Zelda anyway, so he hasn't played from it a long time.
No, I think I have played Zelda in the past, because I played Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes, that's the one.
They were the first ones, but they were sort of in the middle.
They were the first ones I played.
Yeah, I played some before then, I did. I think I played the Wind Waker. I think that was older. Zelda and the Wind Waker. I think that might have been... I can't remember if it was Game Boy Advance or it was when the GameCube first came out. It might have been the Wind Waker.
And do you know what's really funny?
Kind of, you know,
Yeah.
not 100%.
But do you know what's really funny though? Like, I actually bought myself a second Game Boy Advance SB just so I could like link up my Ocarina of like Time and Seasons, so that I could get the benefits, the bonus, you know, for linking up.
Yeah, because it wasn't just Pokemon taking advantage of that later, it was other games as well. Pokemon was mainly the first to start all this linking and, you know, kind of thing.
Because I did actually have both of them, because they, you know, I liked you know, I liked the game, and the storyline on both are different as well.
See, a lot of people assume Zelda's the main character, but it's not. Zelda's the princess. Link is the main character on most of them. You do play as Zelda on some of them, but you play as Link more.
Which is
Zelda.
what always confused me, because I always thought that Zelda was the name of like the character that you're playing. Because obviously, you know, who names it Zelda, but then it's not the actual...
It's the Legend of Zelda though, yeah.
I mean, I always thought it was a bit weird that they kept calling you Link, but then you know, it wasn't until a little while afterwards I realised that's not, you know, Zelda.
Hitmontop, spin, spin.
See, when Hitmontop first came out, I did like the way Hitmontop looked.
Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Hitmontop. I just don't like how you've got a kickboxer, a normal boxer, then a spinning top judo kind of fighter.
Well, didn't they say it was like reminiscent of like, is it Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with like the dancing kicks?
I'm not sure, because I know Jiu-Jitsu normally is a wrestling type of martial art.
Yeah,
more grapples and stuff rather than kicks and punches.
I'm talking about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's just a different variant of the normal Jiu-Jitsu.
Which one's the thinking of then?
I'm not sure. Hitmonchan's always been my favourite, because I like how you can use different punches like Fire Punch, Thunder Punch.
Oh yeah, I've always preferred to try and get Hitmonchan over Hitmonlee. I won't lie, the only reason I didn't like Hitmonlee was when every time I tried using high jump kick, it missed and I always hurt myself. It takes a lot of damage, and that's why I've never liked Hitmonlee.
Hitmonlee is obviously, it's always been favoured for the attacker. It's like Ceruledge and Armarouge, you know. Hitmonchan's more defensive, and then Hitmontop's more higher HP. I think you had to get your HP the highest stat for Hitmontop.
No, for Hitmontop, you had to make sure, because how it worked was Hitmontop was the most balanced out of both of them. So it worked on attack and defense. So as you said, Hitmonlee was you had to have a higher attack stat than defense. Hitmonchan you need to have like higher defense to attack, but then Hitmontop you need to have it both as balanced as possible. Well, at least that's how I remembered anyways.
Yeah, it says, based on its attacks and defense stat at level 20, if attack is higher than defense, it evolves into Hitmonlee. Defense is high, it evolves into Hitmonchan. If equal, it's for Hitmontop. Yeah, so you're correct.
Because I remember trying to evolve for a Hitmontop, and it was so hard because then you always had to like match it. And the only way that I was doing that was I was using, you know, the EVs to balance it out. So when it evolved, you know.
Me and my cousin used to argue rotten over who was better out of Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. And because he was one of them people that preferred kicks, he preferred Hitmonlee. And I was like, nah, Hitmonchan's better, he punches, and you know.
See,
and that was the argument constantly. Hitmonlee would whoop Hitmonchan, and then I'm like, no, it really wouldn't.
See, I think in terms of versatility, Hitmonchan is the most versatile because it knows, you know,
it can learn different elemental attacks, yeah.
Yeah, so in terms
so it can defend against more types than Hitmonlee can. Although his damage output's far greater, you know, from high jump kick and stuff.
But the chance of missing is also quite high as well.
It's 80% accuracy. I mean.
So that's another reason I didn't like Hitmonlee, is that the accuracy of his moves wasn't never 100%. So there was always a chance of missing. So why would I go for a Pokemon where I'm not guaranteed to, you know, win a battle, compared to say Hitmonchan, who I know its attacks. Yes, the accuracy is 100 and could be lowered due to, you know, status effects and whatnot, but still, the attacks are nearly guaranteed if no one, like, you know, uses like stand attack on me and all that, or their evasiveness isn't higher than what I can hit them with.
She's Karen. Elite 4 Karen. She's a complainer. Oh, look who she's using though. She's using Dark type Pokemon. Definitely. Umbreon.
I mean, this Umbreon looks really good. Compared to how the
So
Umbreon
cute
looks
as
now.
well.
Like, I like how it looks like menacing sort of style compared to like the newer generations. It looks a bit too cutesy. I like this like outlook of how like Umbreon looks.
Sort of looks like he's going to jump on you any time and attack you. Very ferocious.
That's why
Espeon was one of my least favourite out of all of the evolutions.
I mean, I didn't mind Espeon. I did quite like Espeon quite a bit.
I think the worst one's got to be Leafeon, though, out of all of them.
Oh yeah, Leafeon was not that great.
Glaceon was quite cute. I like the way you evolved them as well. You had a Mossy Rock and then Ice Rock. See, I remember there being a couple of places for Leafeon to evolve, but there was only one Icy Rock, if I remember right.
Yeah, Leafy Rock and Icy
Mossy Rock,
Ice, Mossy Rock and Ice Rock, Icy Rock. There was only one of them, and you know, in a specific location of each.
Yeah, you had to level it up by it. Faint attack.
And then obviously they couldn't keep adding it into like future generations, so you know they'll like use the Ice Stone, use the like Grass Stone, I think. Actually, no, with Leafeon, I don't think it is the Grass Stone. I think it's a slightly different method now.
You can use the Leaf Stone in the future games. So Shield, I think you can use a Leaf Stone, yeah. But in Sun and Moon, I think you had to use the Mossy Rock. There was a Mossy Rock somewhere. And in the Legends Arceus, I believe there was a Mossy Rock to evolve it.
Yeah, because they didn't really have like Leaf Stones back then, did they?
No, because in Legends Arceus, there were specific places you could evolve them as well. Doo-doo-doo. How dark that Vileplume looks on this.
So apparently, I read this in a very obscure location. I can't remember where I read it from. But do you know those evolution stones that you use?
Yeah.
So apparently, like because we know about the Mossy Rock and we know Icy Rock, they're just like the stones are literally just parts of this bigger one.
Yeah, so basically the leaf stones that you see are all just chipped off them big rocks.
Yeah, so but I'm just thinking, how many of these rocks are there to have that many? I mean, I can go to Pokemon mall and literally just buy like 100 of them. If I had the money, I'd be like, put my money down. I want 100 rocks. You know, what rock is big enough to supply me 100 of these like stones?
Probably somewhere deep in the forests, maybe for the leaf ones, where it's sort of like started fossilising into hard chunks, and then Firestone, you could probably say, is from inside a volcano. There's some sort of magma wall where you can get them from.
Yeah, because then I was just thinking to myself,
and then
what about the Sunstone?
And then the Thunderstones, you could think, find somewhere where there's a high magnetic field, and just chip some of the metals away and stuff.
You put a giant rock inside a power station and watch as the electromagnetic But I'm thinking, what about the Sunstone?
Murkrow with his hat. His top hat. I always liked Murkrow. Murkrow and Honchkrow. Honchkrow didn't come into it until Gen 4 though.
No, I mean, it wasn't my favourite bird type Pokemon to use, but I did like the design.
I liked Houndoom.
Yes,
how good does he look?
He does look pretty good. I always tried to get a Houndoom, but as it was a 2-stage evolution, I never really used it in my team.
You know what, get rid of Persian, get him sit next to Giovanni now, that would look better.
It actually would look so much better.
Imagine going, Houndoom, send him out, get him out of here.
I mean, I'm actually surprised by Team Rocket.
A Houndoom on one side and a Mabosstiff on the other side, two nice, big, ferocious looking dogs.
Yeah, but cats have always been the symbol of villains. Plus, Team Magmar uses Houndours and...
Well, there's Karen, so we just got Lance to go. Probably like another 15 minutes or so. And then we should be able to get to a Pokemon Center and save it, and we'll start the Kanto side of the map. I would say we're more than halfway through the game though, because the first half does take longer than the second half, because you literally go from gym to gym once you're in the next area.
I mean,
with very small routes.
I mean, most people would say that the Kanto region was just post-game, like, extras.
See, I would agree and disagree. I agree the fact that, yeah, it is post-game because it's a speeded up version of, Kanto, but it's there, so if it's there, part of the game, it's part of the game, and by beating it at the end and beating the champion, you get the credits coming up, while, that's to me is the story.
But at the same time, think about it, Delta episode.
Yeah, I remember that in
So that is still classed as post-game. Yes, it's still part of the game, but it's post-game.
Yeah.
So, it's extra, because it doesn't really contribute to the story. And that's the same case as,
It's basically just to get Deoxys, wasn't it? And Rayquaza.
Yes, that's what really annoyed me, the fact that, they turned Deoxys from a mythical to now just a legendary.
Last time. Am I going to get defeated or am I going to win him? What do we think?
Should be easy.
Well, we'll see. Oh, listen to the music though. Didn't.
I know.
Super Saiyan Vegeta now.
I mean, I think maybe some of the characters did take inspiration.
I just love that music. Classic Pokemon, battle theme. Oh. It's a shame I can just keep healing myself though, when it decides to attack me. It should be. It missed this battle because, he's got the Dragonite, so, I took a gamble here. I thought, you know what? I know that his levels are approaching my levels, but that's the fun of it. If I fail, then I might just level up a bit more and then go try again, but we'll see. Should pass.
See, and this is the reason that I don't use, Bloom, because,
you can tell he's not very powerful, but, you got to use Pokemon like this every now and then. Make everyone uses the same sort of Pokemon. Oh yeah, use all the strong ones, but you have to mix and match them sometimes, and it makes it a bit more fun. The game.
See, I use Pokemon that I like the look of more than say whether it's the strongest or not.
But still, I might use Dunsparce one time because I feel sorry for Pokemon like Dunsparce. Who uses a Dunsparce? Really, no one.
Yeah, but Dunsparce is actually a secretly powerful Pokemon.
Oh yeah, it can go to level 200. No one knows it because no one's ever used it. So.
I mean, Dunsparce can learn Hyper Beam. Now, come on.
Dragonite, no. He's bringing out the guns, the big guns.
Wow, you're
look how cute that Dragonite looks on there, though.
I know.
Level 47. How close is he getting? And his Pokemon, even though it's level 47, is probably still way stronger than mine. Being 7 levels under me.
Wow, you do know that Dragon Pokemon generally have higher stats than others.
I wanted him to freeze.
I forgot you're just a rock type, not ground type. Because I used to think that rock types couldn't be paralysed.
Yeah, and everyone used to think rock type was super effective against electric, but it's never been. It's only ground type only.
No, that's because do you know why I think like that? Because of the anime. Remember, Pikachu's electricity did nothing
To Onyx.
And Onyx is a rock type, not a ground
They did
type.
later. He whacked the Onyx, didn't he? Then shocked him.
Yeah, but you know.
Once he then he went down.
Yeah, but there you've heard that he shocked him with water.
Yeah.
So to be fair, Pikachu still wouldn't have won unless you know.
He typed him against the wrong Pokemon a lot of times because he even used him against his, his Raichu, Lieutenant Sage's Raichu, who in the right mind probably would never ever win a Raichu unless his Pikachu was so much more levels higher than him.
Well, not necessarily, because like they said, Pikachu relies on speed, whereas Raichu relies on power. So in terms of in the actual game itself, a Pikachu can take on a Raichu, just depends on the move set. You know.
Go on. Well, we've only got 3 more left. Dragonite. Yeah, Dragonite. May as well just use me Fury. Oh, he looks so cute though. Whatever Pokemon goes against me now and hits me is gonna probably kill me one hit anyway, so. Ah, he's missed. Yes. Hydro Pump.
I'm surprised you didn't teach him any ice moves.
No, like I say, I only had that one TM. So
Next time we'll just have to stop with ice moves.
I like to just keep different Pokemon, different, specialising in different.
Fury is too specialised in water moves.
Not really specialised at all then, really, is he? You're just your pure water type. 100 miss.
It can only miss so many times.
Well, it's gonna kill me anyway, like this. He's hitting me with the same level as him.
Yeah, but he had type advantage though.
Do it, Blue. Put him asleep. He's put him asleep as well.
Well, sleep powder has a high rate of actually putting.
It's way better than Hypnosis, definitely.
But nowhere near as good as what's that move that makes you fall asleep 1, 2 and after? Yawn. Yawn is 100% guaranteed.
Ice Punch. I know I'm poor, but I need to freeze. Stay asleep, please, you cute. That's not going to kill him though. He's going to survive. There we are. Stay asleep. Stay asleep.
Wake up. Wake up.
I woke up. You jinxed it. Lucky I'm a rock type and thunder won't do too much. There you go, lovely. That should finish him off with him being a flying type as well.
To be honest, I think you might be better off using Rock Slide.
No, I think Ice Punch because he's got a chance of freezing him as well, so he could, can stop him from attacking more.
Yeah, but you've got stab bonus.
Might, I'll just if he beats me, then I'll just switch out another one and then revive him. Outrage. That's killed me.
Outrage is the most powerful.
And he's level 50 now. He's not just level 47 now. He's level 50. I think he's got a Dragonair as well, hasn't he?
I think so. He did in the original.
He's got 2 more Pokemon, so unless he's evolved it from the original one now, and it's another Dragonite, who knows? He's used a Charizard, hasn't he? Yeah, I'll beat it.
Yeah.
That'll kill me as well, definitely. Oh! Thought we would be in the second one because it gets more powerful, doesn't it, each time?
No.
I think it does. It's like Thrash. Eventually, I think it confuses it or does something.
Are you thinking of Rollout?
Outrage as well, the same. I've noticed he's using it consecutively. It keeps using it.
So I know once you use it, it uses it up to 3 turns, and then it confuses itself afterwards.
That's what I'm thinking. Good attempt. Oh, you burnt it. That's good. And you're confused. Burnt and confused.
Oh, it's not confused for another 3 turns.
No, I think now it's confused, literally. As soon as it hits itself, that's when the outrage stops.
No, because...
Dead anyway.
Well, yeah, but I think it's
only
like...
one more Pokemon left.
No,
Will I do it? Will I defeat Lance?
So how Dragon...
Aerodactyl.
so how Outrage works is... once you use it, you won't be confused for the entire time that you're using that move.
How cool does he look?
But you wish you kept that, Ice Punch now.
Max revive. Oh, ho, 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 ho. It's rock type in it, Aerodactyl.
Rock flying.
Should have been a dragon. What do you reckon? Dragon rock, maybe. Looks like a dragon.
Yeah, but like...
It's even got the pointy tail, you know, what they depict on all dragons. That arrowhead shaped tail.
Yeah, but it's more like a bird.
More like a dragon, man. Look at the head on it.
If you, I mean, to be fair, I know what you're saying, but if that's the case, yeah, then why isn't that Gyarados a dragon type?
True. I think doesn't it go to a dragon type when you Mega Evolve it?
Yeah, only when it's Mega Evolved, but that's beside the point. Wait, did it? Or is it just goes into water flying still?
I'm not sure. I know it's water flying anyway, so... That sort of levitates, doesn't it, rather than flies?
No, it doesn't fly at all. It's literally a water Pokemon in the water, so I don't understand why they gave it fly.
No, because you see it's like in the sky. You see them going like in the sky.
I have never seen any. I've only seen them doing that in the water. I've never seen them in the sky. That's actually a good point. I know where you're... Yeah, on Legends they do that, but they shouldn't because they have no wings.
No, they do it in some of the episodes. Anime, you see them like sort of doing that swim rope thingy through the sky, so they're sort of gliding like that.
Yeah,
they have got small like fins that look like wings, so I think they're more gliding than they are flying. Well, I always thought it was like a levitation. I'm down to 2 Pokemon. I've won. I beat Lance. I did the Pokemon League. Yes. Come on. Come on. Didn't even buy no... to be fair, I probably would have bought potions, but I didn't think it would take me straight in by going through the doors. There's usually like another corridor, then a door, but it took me straight in, so, you know.
You walked in up the stairs, man.
No, I went into the door. Straight behind the Poké Center woman. But I didn't think it would go straight into the Pokemon League. There's usually like a long corridor or a door, and then you go in on the other games.
I thought you went up some stairs, man. Yeah.
But I took a risk. I just went in to see what was in there first. But if I didn't know it was going to go in, I would have definitely bought more, max potions than that.
Should have healed your Pokemon first. Every time I go into a Pokemon Center, first thing I do is go straight to heal.
Oh, I healed the Pokemon. I just
Did
didn't.
you?
Yeah, I just didn't buy any items.
Did I just forget?
Yeah, I healed the Pokemon. Yeah. I just didn't buy any items, which I probably should have done.
I was gonna say, have you got no moves on Bloom at the moment?
I'm not sure. I think my thingies ran out.
See, why would Flash fail so often as well?
Because it's Flash.
I know it's a,
Punch! Bye-bye, Aerodactyl.
I'd laugh if it had left it at 1 HP.
Of course you would.
and then it uses Rock Slide on you, and then it knocks out your...
Super Saiyan!
No, that's like,
Rose.
Kyorkin.
Strong and stand.
No, that would be his. That would be the Kyoken mode, wouldn't it?
Kaioken, yeah. Kaioken times 50.
Because it only increased his power, but
Speed and power. It increased Kaioken, but drains the body massive of energy.
I thought it lowered the speed.
No, because it was like instantaneous. Like Vegeta couldn't even see him when he was in Kaioken mode.
No,
I'm getting absolutely battered.
Wait, I thought Kyoken was like Vegeta's move, isn't it?
No, Kaioken was what you learnt before Super Saiyan off King Kai.
What about
Super Saiyan Ascended Saiyan was
what did like
after
Vegeta...
Super Saiyan 1 he bulked up, went very slow but more powerful.
Which one was the one that Vegeta made up then? I thought that was the Kyoken. The one where he turns like red.
No, I don't remember.
So basically, like when Vegeta and Trunks went in to train to beat Kakarot in the gravity.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like what was that move?
You Hall of Famer, Jumploff, and Togetic. Drum roll, please, and Sudowoodo. My pepperoni friend. Gyarados. Typhlosion. And my Pidgeot. Beautiful Pidgeot. Playtime 22 hours. You're getting good at this, but you have a long way to go. It's because you know there's a Kanto side, yeah? And now we've got the first credit.
Thank you very much for
Satoshi.
everyone who worked hard onto this game for us.
Junichi Masuda. The Masuda method of the later games.
Well, there was a few Masudas. Like, I just saw another Masuda as well. So.
Yeah, but Junichi Masuda's the main one. I'd love to meet him actually, Junichi Masuda. Sound effects again, Junichi Masuda. Game design, Junichi Masuda. He had a lot of, involvement, didn't he? Even the scenarios, everything. Sosuke Tanada, Koji Nishino. All these great people made us these great games. Should all give yourselves a pat on the back, guys. You've all done a great job.
I love Ditto dancing.
Cool, isn't he? You know, he's doing the same repetitive thing. You know, it still looks cool.
Well, to be honest, yeah, that's what like 90s dancing was about, isn't it?
Even the Iggly buff, you know.
Shiny, isn't it?
Kind of like the look of the Iggly buff.
That looks so much like the shiny Iggly buff.
One of the first babies, Gen 2, and Iggly buff. Who else was it? Mime Jr. didn't exist yet till Gen 4. It was Iggly buff, Smoochum, and Magby, wasn't it, this gen? And Elekid. Yeah.
What was the...
And then Tyrogue.
Clef B in it?
Tyrogue and Cleffer as well.
Cleffer, that's... I don't know why I keep calling it Clef B.
Mime Jr. came later. And there was some more later. Oh no, was it the Wabuffet one, baby, as well?
Yeah.
In this.
No. Why not? Was it in here? Yeah, why not was in this one.
Why not, yeah. And was Munchlax?
I think it's a later one. No, it was... Munchlax wasn't one of the originals anyways.
Swing by his lab, he says. Is he going to give us a SS Aqua ticket? To get over to Kanto? I believe he is. Hello, Elm. SS ticket. The SS ticket.
Is it the SS and it goes on?
Aqua on this one.
Oh.
SS and on Gen 1. SS Aqua on this one. I think we're better off taking a break now. That's been a marathon of a play.
I know, you know.
We barely scathed through it at around level 50, so definitely need to level up in the next side.
I think everything is around about level 70 on that side, isn't it?
Yeah, sort of around that time. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, guys. You know, we love to see you subscribe to our channel and see the rest of our game series and other games that, you know, we've been covering as well. So, Wes signing out.
Yes, and I hope you enjoyed our time going through this story, and you know, to see what we're gonna do afterwards. So, you know, East signing out.
Drink like the sausage, feeling like the club, gonna be the best. Pushing all the boundaries and playing for a game. Say Super Bowl and remember our name. East and West, gonna run a war.